office sets it up. Reset.
I just want to put this back here,
Oh,
because if I
thank
don't, I'm gonna forget
Oh.
that I have it, and then everyone's gonna be looking.
You all are ready. We're just going to wait for our candles and then we'll begin. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, thank you. Chag Sameach. I'm delighted to be celebrating Shavuot with you. I'm Rabbi Sarah Weissman from Temple Beth Torah, and I'm so glad to be with our combined congregations this evening. We'll begin by singing Hine Ma Tov. If you need the words, they're on page 644. Hine Ma Tovu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tovu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to introduce yourselves to those who are around you, preferably someone that you don't know. You might even get up and say hello to someone new for just a moment. And if you need a conversation starter, you can share with your neighbors your favorite Torah portion in honor of Shavuot. Favorite Torah portion? This is a good one. Absolutely. All right. Well, we will have more time to schmooze later, so we will pause the conversation, but I'm delighted that you are so chatty. We'll turn to page 385 for these words of kavanah, of intention. Give you a moment to flip to it, page 385. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. I'd like to invite Janice Flansbaum to light our festival candles, page 384. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Yanu lehadlik ner shel Yom Tov.
May these festival lights open our eyes to the joys in life, beauty that delights the eye, freedom to be ourselves, the knowledge of Torah that shapes our moral being, the heritage of celebration that unites us as a people. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this season.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh. We'll turn to page 389. Now summer's prospect, the world ripening and growing softer, the promise of harvest fulfilled, the warming sun lies before us. Now the vision of Torah, the world at peace and growing gentler, the promise of goodness fulfilled, the loving heart lies open to the mind. Page 392, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'almad yivrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechonu v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, uv'izman kariv, v'yimeru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam olam ve'omaya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shmei dekudsha, b'richu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imeru. Page 394. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai Amevorach. Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam vaed. You can be seated. Page 397. Middle of the page. How do we find God? We find God revealed in the order in the physical universe, in the compassion of the human heart, and in the guiding wisdom of Torah. We'll turn the page, and we'll sing our love song to Torah, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Israel, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha leolam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla nege yomam v'layla ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Page 402, we'll chant these words from V'ahavta. These words remind us that one of our jobs in life is to teach our children words of Torah. So I invite you, as you're chanting these words, to think of a lesson from the Torah that either you were taught by your parents or that you taught the next generation. We'll chant together, page 402. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha V'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha V'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha b'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, uv'kshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uv'tavtam, Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. We'll continue on page 405. Michelle, would you like to lead us into Mi Chamocha?
Okay. Doubting is but the forefront of faith, a faith in the infinite growth of an unbounded creation, A doubting age is one of restlessness and discontent with what is current. A doubt is an idea that is still alive. To doubt that the past has uncovered all things is to express faith that many things are still to be uncovered. To doubt that we have grown to our full stature and knowledge is to express faith that we may develop into beings of such power and dignity that we cannot as yet imagine what shall be.
Thank you. We'll sing our song of redemption and possibility, page 406. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'ameru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov u'galo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We'll turn the page. We'll sing our nighttime prayer, the words of Hashkivenu, which we imagine that shelter of peace being spread over us, over all the world, and over Jerusalem. Let's sing together. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Page 410. Vayedaber Moshe et Moadei Adonai el Bnei Yisrael. And Moses declared the appointed festivals of Adonai to the people of Israel. We'll turn to page 468 and rise for the Amidah. We'll chant the first few blessings together and then have time for silent prayer. And when you're finished with your own personal prayers, you can be seated. Page 468. Adonai Sifotai tiftachu fiyagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geulah livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gehurot, Umidom melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We're in the middle of page 492. Yehu leratzon imrefi, ve'yom libi lefanecha, Adonai tzuri We're about to begin Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for reading the Torah. I'd like to invite Ron Barnett to share some words on page 495 to lead us into our Torah service.
You shall count 7 weeks. Start to count the 7 weeks when the sickle is first put to the standing grain. Then you shall observe the Feast of Weeks for Adonai your God, offering your free will contribution according to as Adonai your God has blessed you.
Thank you. Did everyone put their sickle to the standing grain? We're good? Yesterday? Good, good. Delighted. Page 494, I'd like to invite up Skylar and Sharon Cohen, 2 of the Cohens, not all of the Cohens. Please rise. Page 494. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Turn the page. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Adonai, Adonai, al rachum v'chanun, erech apayim v'rav chesed v'emet. Notzer chesed la'alafim, nosei avon v'fesha v'tata'ah v'nakeh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai Tzidkenu, Uneromema Shemo Yachdav. Lecha Adonai Hagedula v'Hagevura v'Hatiferet v'Hanetzach v'Hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. L'cha Adonai hamamlacha, ve'amid na'aseh lechol erosh. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. You can be seated for just a moment. I'd like to invite our Torah chanter, Susie Maska. Maska? Maska.
Maska Cohen.
Maska Cohen. Good. I'm going to add Cohen to everyone's name tonight, just for fun.
Yeah.
And
They were all
We're going to be hearing the Ten Commandments, which is our traditional reading on Shavuot. We are standing at Sinai to receive these words, so we will be standing in just a moment. And if you'd like to follow along in the Chumash, we're on page 477, if you have a Torah commentary handy. And for the honor of the Aliyah, I'd like to invite up Carrie Klinetsky. Yamod Gedalia Yisrael Isar ben Shaul va'az Azna Belka la'aliyah leTorah.
Oh, isn't it here?
No.
Okay, you good?
No.
No.
Be able to see it.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. If you'd like, please rise.
Amen. Vaydaber Elohim et kol ha'dvarim ha'elet lemor. Anochi Adonai Elohecha asher hotzeticha me'eretz Mitzrayim mibeit avadim lo yehye lecha Elohim ha'cherim apenai lo ta'aseh lecha betzel v'kol tumanah asher b'shamayim b'mal v'asher ba'aretz mitachat v'asher b'mayim mitachat ba'aretz lo tishtachave lahem v'lo ta'avdeim ki anochi Adonai Elohecha Elkanah Buked Avon Avot Abanim Ashileshim V'aribim L'sonai Ve'oseh Chesed La'alapim Le'ohavai U'sharmei mitzvotai Lo tisa Et Shem Adonai Elohecha Lashav Ki Lo Yanakeh Adonai et asher yisa et shemo lashav zachor et yom hashabbat lakadsho shishat yamim tavod v'asito chol melachtecha v'yom hashevi shabbat l'Adonai Elohecha lo ta'aseh chol melacha atah uvincha uvitecha avdecha ba'amatecha uvhemtecha b'gercha asher b'sharecha ki shishat yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz et hayam ve'et kol asher bam v'yanach bayom hashvi'i Akein Berach Adonai et Yom HaShabbat Vayakachehu Kebed et Avicha ve'et Imecha Le'man Yarichun Yamecha Al Adama Asher Adonai Elohecha noten lach Lo tirtzach Lo tinav Lo tignov Lo ta'aneh b'reacha et shaker Lo takmod beit re'echa Lo takmod beit re'echa Ma'ato v'amato v'sharo v'chamaro v'chol asher l're'echa
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temet, v'chayei olam natah b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. You can be seated. While we have the Torah out, the Torah, which is a source of life and strength for the Jewish people, We'll offer a Mishaberach Lecholim, a prayer for those in need of healing, healing of body or healing of spirit. So I'd like to invite you to turn to page 511 in your prayer books as we offer these words of Mishaberach. And if there's anyone that you're praying for tonight, I invite you to share their names with us aloud. And Emily Osterman. Page 511. Mishaberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I'd like to invite up our friends John Cohen to do Hagbah, and Ali Danon Cohen, and Torah Zinn Cohen to dress the Torah. And as the Torah is lifted, we will all rise. We're on page 510. Yeah, I did mean you guys. I know. I was messing with your names. It's confusing. V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. We'll remain standing and return the Torah to the ark, page 514. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar derocheha darchenu am v'chol netivoteha shalom. Kedem. Please be seated. It's my pleasure to invite up Rachel Sapiro to offer some words of Torah this evening.
Hello and Hag Sameach. Tonight's portion is the Ten Commandments, and the Haftarah is the Book of Ruth. So when Rabbi Sarah asked me to do the Devar, I had too many choices. So I reread the Book of Ruth, and what I found most striking was the treatment of immigration. Obviously, Rabbi Sarah felt similarly given tonight's study topic. So to recap, the book starts with Naomi, together with her husband and 2 sons, immigrating to Moab during a famine in Judah. Her husband dies, her sons marry, many years pass, and then her sons die childless. Since the famine had ended in Judah, she decides her best bet as a childless widow is to return home to her extended family, and importantly, her late husband's extended family back in Judah. She suggests to her daughters-in-law that they do the same, respectively, to their own homes in Moab. One daughter-in-law, Orpah, reluctantly leaves to go home. The other, Ruth, declares that Naomi is her family now, and she'll go with her. So here, 1 chapter into the book, we already have 2 instances of economically driven immigration. Naomi goes to Moab, a nation that is otherwise described as hostile to the Israelites. And then Naomi the Israelite and Ruth the Moabite go to Judah, which in turn has a history and even a commandment, but we'll elide that, of being hostile to the Moabites. From there on, Naomi and Ruth's fortunes rest on the kindness of the Israelite people toward them, despite Ruth being a Moabite. In the end, Ruth marries Boaz, a relative of Naomi's late husband and a philanthropist, and they live happily ever after. Even more than happily ever after, everyone benefits. Ruth is the ancestor of King David, and therefore of the Messiah. If the Israelites hadn't welcomed a Moabite woman in need, there would be no prophesied leader ushering in a final era of peace. This is not the only story of economically driven immigration in the Tanakh. Both Abraham and Sarah and Jacob and his family moved to Egypt during various famines in Canaan. Their fortunes and even survival rest on the kindness of the Egyptians and of the pharaohs. And we also know how it turns out for Jacob's later descendants when that kindness is revoked. Similarly, Naomi's prosperity depends on the kindness of the Moabites and Ruth's on the kindness of the Israelites. Much later, after the Babylonian exile, some Jews choose to stay behind in Persia, and once again their survival depends on relatively gracious hosts such as Cyrus and Ahasuerus, triumphing over Haman and his ilk, who insisted we didn't belong. And of course, after the Tanakh, the history continues from there. In every generation, in every era, and in every location, our survival has depended on open borders and gracious hosts. Nearly all of us have recent ancestors, some here may have even personally lived this, whose ability to freely immigrate was the difference between comfort and poverty and between life and death. And most of us have relatives for whom the inability to cross borders at crucial times was a death sentence. And let's not treat this as a natural disaster, so let me rephrase. Most of us have relatives who were killed because people and nations did not allow them to immigrate. And those of us here today are here because someone did allow our families through and did welcome us, despite us being strangers and despite us being different. But this story can just as easily be applied to so many other peoples in the world. For how many millions of people right now is a welcoming nation the difference between life and death? Refugees of war, that was once us, and now it's people from Syria, Ukraine, Palestine, Afghanistan. Refugees of famine and economic deprivation, that was once us, and now it's people from Central America. Refugees of genocide, that too was once us, and now it's people from Sudan, the Kurdish homelands, Western China, and so many other places. You need only read the news to hear how we're treating these immigrants, these people in need, these Ruths, Naomis, Abrahams, and Sarahs. Blanket refusals of asylum, new border walls, no paths to citizenship in many cases, perpetuating tenuous legal status, creating long-term fear and an environment of exploitation and even trafficking. Raids on homes, separations of families, detentions, deportations, and even disappearances. Murders, essentially. This is not the way a just society behaves. This is not the way a kind society behaves. And our own survival has depended so often on justice and so often on kindness. It is our obligation as Jews and as Americans and as people to do what we can, where we can, to help immigrants, to try to right these wrongs we see in front of us, to be welcoming, to give generously, to be the Boaz of the story. The story of Ruth ends with the genealogy of David and the Messiah. Many of us as Reformed Jews are uncomfortable with the idea of a literal personified Messiah, preferring a metaphorical collective effort to bring about a world to come of peace. In this case, if anything, the story works better this way. Only when we all give shelter to the Naomis and Ruths of the world will they be able to beget the Messiah and bring about the era of peace for all. Chag Shavuot Sameach.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for your powerful words. And I just learned tonight, this is the first of our Torah she's given since her bat mitzvah. So we're very proud. We'll turn to page 586 for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Please rise. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, Latet Gedula Liotzer Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kegoye Haratzot, Velo Samanu Kemishpechot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim, Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 591. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Page 597. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. If anyone is in a period of mourning, either of Shiva or Shloshim, or the first year for a close relative, or if anyone is observing a yard site this week, I invite you to share the names of your loved ones. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv imru amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Olalmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei Dikudsha Barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say. Please be seated. We get double the announcements tonight, my friends. I'd like to invite Susie Maska Cohen and Cheryl Cohen. I'm just tickled by it. I love it.
Yes. Okay. All right. Chag Sameach. Okay, so I had it and then it disappeared. Fiction and the Rabbi, a presentation with Rabbi Phil, wait for it, Cohen, will be Thursday, June 5th here at Beth Emek. And we have Shabbat morning services, and we need you all to be here to help make a minyan. We'll be here at Beth Emek Saturday, June 7th at 10:30. And we have a Havdalah and movie night, which I think we've made the selection now, is Princess Bride. It's going to be Saturday, June 14th at 7 p.m., beginning with Havdalah. And we need you every Friday evening. So we have a number of Shabbatot until Rabbi Milder returns from sabbatical. So please join us on Friday evenings so we can make a minyan and celebrate Shabbat together. And I think that's far enough out. So Chag Sameach. What? Oh, my name. I'm Susie Maska Cohen, and I am the what? June 8th, congregational, yes, well, it should be in order, temporal, order. The congregational meeting will be June 8th here at Beth Emek. You can join online or you can be in person, but you only get food if you come in person. So be here at noon and RSVP in advance. There's a cutoff date for food, for being here for food. So that's at noon, and then the meeting begins at 1 o'clock. Anything else that I didn't remember? Okay, all right. Chag Sameach.
Well, it just so happens, Susie, that our congregational meeting is on Sunday, June 8th, but we are starting at 10 a.m. Please continue to bring your empty glass and plastic bottles for Social Action Committee. Beth Emek would like to join in efforts. We're collecting glass bottles and plastic containers and take them to the local recycling center, as it is a fundraiser for our Social Action Committee. We will conclude our observance of Shavuot tomorrow evening on Zoom at 7 p.m. with the Yizkor service. Please join us for Torah study this coming Saturday morning at 9 a.m. in person or on Zoom. We have that every Saturday. Zoom links are available in our newsletter. And we will have an in-person Shabbat morning service this coming Saturday at 10:15. You can find the links on our website or newsletter. And thanks to Ron, he is helping us to attend the San Jose Earthquake soccer team who are hosting a Jewish Heritage Day and Pride Night on Wednesday, July 16th. Bring your friends and family and join Temple Beth Torah to see the Quakes take on the FC Dallas, Texas. Information is in our weekly. So again, we invite you to join with us for any of these events. Chag Sameach. Another Cohen? Come on, it's not enough.
No, I just want to thank again, we're continuing the tradition of Congregation Beth Emek and Beth Torah for coming together on Shavuot. I want to thank our tech mensch, Jason Weinstein, and thank Rabbi Sarah for leading us in service. And after the service, we invite you to enjoy a very dairy oneg. There is lactose-free milk for the Ashkenazis in the house, and stay for the study session, which will follow. So, Chag Sameach. Oh, and I'm Sharon Cohen.
And I want to thank Sharon and Skylar Cohen, who were the lead helpers in coordinating our celebration tonight. So thanks so much. We will conclude with Oseh Shalom, page 598, if you need the words. And then we'll join together, and we do Kiddush over there? Okay, and we'll do Kiddush and Motzi over there. Oseh Shalom bimromav, yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Chag Sameach. And thank you to our friends in the back who are helping with the Oneg Chag, Anne and Allie and Torah and some other folks whose names I don't know. Thank you so much.
So two quick, little bits of, make sure that the prayer books go back on the cart. Those go back to TBT. If you have a Tanakh, they go over there. Those stay at Beth Emek. And this is new for us. The doors are locked. So if you need to go out to your car to get something or put something away, you won't get back in. Make sure to tell somebody before you go out so we can let you in.